precious for all of them times. Nobody want us to shine. I got a lot on my mind. I take it off if you let me, you will not regret me. See, lately I'm praying you will not forget me.
What's poppin', y'all? This is Cam Green, and we are back with another episode of the Green Print 713. And today's guest is built different, not just in muscle, but in mindset. Born and raised in New Orleans and now based in Houston, Texas, he's the founder of Team 28 Fitness, a movement that's become bigger than the gym. From early mornings to late night grind sessions, he's turned discipline into a lifestyle and transformed countless lives along the way. But beyond the workouts, he's a motivator, a man of faith, and a walking example of what happens when you lead with purpose. He also is the co-host of a podcast, Drop the Jewels, alongside Stephen Walker, aka D-Flow, of the Let It Flow podcast, using his voice to inspire the same way he uses his platform, through authenticity, motivation, and real talk that challenges people to grow. Today, he's here to give us his green print, the mind and muscle behind Team 28. Desmond Johnson.
Most definitely, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you from having me, man. That's a hell of a way to lay out a person like me. That explains a lot, because the gym would made me. The gym wouldn't made me, but God would save me. The gym made me to understand that you could grow all the muscles you want, but God gonna have to be the one to save you in the lifestyle that you want to live. And just understanding, coming from New Orleans, man, and understanding I want to make a difference, and the difference was gonna be made within me first, to show people that I could be an example for them. And that's very important. You gotta use yourself as the example. You gotta use yourself as the example. You can't put nobody else as an example if you ain't use yourself. And that's how people grow in life, and that's how you become a boss, because you done been in them different situations and stages in life. You don't just wake up and say, I'm gonna be a boss, I'm gonna own this, if you ain't never worked for nobody. So I had to work for a lot of different people in life and understand where I want to be. Did I like it? Yeah, because it was a learning experience. Anytime you work for any person, you might not like it because you're not the owner, but you should love it because it's experience that you learn it from the boss. You learn it from different people being around them. So when I realized that, that made me who I became. You know what I mean? And that was important. And I appreciate you having me on, man. Taking the time out to reach out to me and inviting me on this show mean a lot to me, because it's not because of me, it's because God led me to be able to touch other people and bring and understand what my heart and my desire at, and what my purpose is, to see a young man like you elevating and growing and prospering, to bring me on. All I could do is bring a little more water to your cup, so it can help overflow it in the right way.
Yes, sir, and I appreciate that, man. Listen, and what you saying too, one of the biggest sayings is you can't be a leader until you learn how to be a follower. Yeah, to be a follower, you gotta be led first before you can actually lead. So, man, I'm excited about this.
I appreciate that, most definitely.
But before we get into it, I just want to do a little fun. I gotta have a little fun, bro. Now, this might come out before, after, but this weekend going down with Cash Money No Limit, the verses is going on. Who you got?
Oh man, I gotta stick with Cash Money, man. Okay. I love Cash Money. I love them boys, what they did and they created. Hot Boy Turk. I actually did something with him on a podcast.
Shout out to Turk, man.
And just meeting a lot of them guys, man. So, but it doesn't matter who win or lose. It's just about coming together as one.
It's a win for the city.
It's a win for the city. Just a win for the world. It's just not about the city. It's the impact that people make all over the world. When Houston win, it's just not a win for Houston. It's a win for the world, because there's a lot of different people on that Houston team that come from all over the world that bring a community together. See, people fail to realize it's okay to cheer other winning teams on even though your team not winning. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's what I want people to realize. That's what I'm going to bring today. Even though you not winning, cheer for the people who is, because when your time come, they going to be able to cheer for you.
I love that. All right, so let's set the scene then.
Let's go, baby.
This segment is called Green Screen.
Come on now.
All right. If someone was to do a movie on your life, what would it be called?
Oh, man. If somebody was to do a movie on my life, what would it be called? I ain't gonna even lie to you. That ain't even hard answer.
Say no more.
Built different. Built different.
Okay.
Built different.
Are we going with that title?
Why are we going with that title? Because the odds were stacked against me. Like I said, I was in special ed from 5th grade going into the 9th grade, and that the odds was already stacked against me. I was the top running back coming from New Orleans, running touchdowns, scoring touchdowns, but was in a special education class. So when I say built different, because who you know come from that type of classroom to be where I'm at today. A lot of times people get discouraged and give up, but I was built different because I saw the vision, I saw the difference. I wanted to quit a lot of times, but I knew quitting wasn't even no option. You know, so that's why I say I'm built different. I came from a special education class, went to the 9th grade, tried out for the football team, got a chance to play with Jacoby Jones, a lot of NFL players.
Legend.
I got it. Yeah, we all played together, and just to see me come up under them and understanding that, coming from that different type of environment, I was built different. I was built different. I was built to last, even though I might got some war wounds on me, but I knew I was built to last.
Yeah. All right. Now walk us through that opening scene. Where are we starting at? Are we in New Orleans?
Where we starting at? We starting in New Orleans.
Okay.
And we starting in New Orleans. We starting where moms was a single mother, going to my football games, watching me score touchdowns, trying to provide for me, not just me but my sister before she had my brother, and just seeing the things that she had to go through in the trial and tribulations. So we gonna start there. How we was raised in our house. We always had God in our life. We always went to church. So we would never lacking in that church house. We would just like, anytime we fell short is because of the decision we made, not because my mama didn't show us different.
Now, what side of New Orleans was
it? It was New Orleans East.
Okay.
New Orleans East. Yes,
East
indeed.
Side. Okay.
Yes,
Now,
indeed.
what is the soundtrack to your life? Now, what is this? If we in this movie right now, what does that soundtrack look like?
What that soundtrack look like, man?
What we playing?
What we playing?
What's the background music?
Oh man, I would have never made it. I would have never made it.
Is that Marvin Sapp?
That's that Marvin Sapp. I would have never made it without you. You know, I couldn't have did it without God. I couldn't have did it without the letdown. I couldn't have did it without the perseverance. I couldn't have did it without nothing. I don't regret nothing I ever went through because it helped me become a better person.
Yeah.
A lot of times we want to change things that we've been through, but who would just say you would be who you is if you would have changed one little thing about you? So I say, you know what, God, I don't want to question why. Yeah. I just want to say thank you for doing it. Yeah. You know, and not to say this, I want the young men to know it's no age limit to becoming a millionaire. They trying to rush to get there now, where you still got your 30s and 40s and 50s still enjoy life. So I want you to take your time. You might see somebody as a millionaire that's 30, that's 40, but you don't know the risks and the chances and the time they put in at their 20s and their mid-teens. You know, so that's just what, you know, that's the game you want to give. And that's what I'm here for, the man. Tell them, take your time. You going to get there. Trust and believe in your work. Don't never stop working and never stop praying. Talk to me.
So, growing up in New Orleans, just overall, man, what would you say that was like?
It's a gift and a curse anywhere you live. You got your good and you got your bad. Your bad come from the decisions you make. Your good come from what you do and not to know what not to do, so you don't have to go through them bad situations. So coming from New Orleans, like I tell people all the time, is a good experience, because if you could make it out that and defeat that type of mindset, because New Orleans people don't make it out. Not too many people make it out. That's all they know is to live, to kill, and try to survive.
But it's one thing that I like, you know, just as far as visiting New Orleans, bro. It's a beautiful culture.
Yeah,
So,
visiting.
Like, what's the
visiting?
Facts, but living in that thing.
It's not.
It's the belly of the beast, huh?
It's the battle of the beast. And then you gotta know, man, New Orleans is when they say New Orleans, they say Mardi Gras is known for like demonic spirits.
Yeah.
It's known for voodoo. So all them different things and different spirits that's down there, the devil attacking. So you gotta be mindful. When you go down there, you feel the energy, you feel the love, but you don't know what love you getting. It could be the wrong energy, the wrong love. So you just gotta be mindful of when people go down there, how long you willing to stay down there. Don't stay too long.
Yeah.
You know, and then if you look at it, New Orleans, you could drink 24/7. The liquor store don't close. That's something that's another thing of a demonic spirit. If you everybody drunk, they'll never be in a sober mind to all understand how to be.
Seeing her right down the street.
Yeah, you know, so.
But I mean, what's one of your favorite moments of just growing up there? Is there a moment that you would like to highlight?
Yeah, just coming from there.
Yeah.
Just coming from there.
People.
Just
yeah.
the people, just coming from that environment. The food, man, that's one thing I miss. I miss the food. I miss the food. Actually, I'll be going back to New Orleans in 2 weeks for my 20-year high school reunion. Come on,
20
man,
years,
20 years.
Dang.
20 years. God been good. I'm still living. I'm still breathing to be able to say it's been 20 years. I graduated 2005, a month before Katrina hit. Yeah, a month before Katrina hit, I graduated, and when Katrina was coming, my family said, hey, it's time to pack up, we got to get out of here, a storm coming. That's one thing that my family do that I love about them is they don't mind making a blank trip to save lives. A lot of people lost their life because they didn't have the resource, they didn't think that it was going to happen. And one thing about my family, we got up out of there, and I appreciate them for doing that because I don't know what it would have been like if we would have stood down there, man.
But that's crazy. That's been 20 years since
20 years. Yeah.
Okay, so what brought you to Houston? Like, talk about that transition and you know, what did that look like?
Oh, that transition from Houston, man. I had my second daughter at 2014. Okay. So I have two daughters. One of my daughters was in New Orleans. One of my daughters was in Houston. So I had to make a decision at the time. When my daughter was in New Orleans, she was 5 at the time. Me and her mama wasn't getting along, so I just had a newborn. So I had to figure out which one was going to allow me to be in my kid life to make an impact. So I said, you know what, the newborn, we never had no bad experience, so let me build that relationship with her. Let me be in my child life so I could become a better person. So 2014, when I had my own second daughter, and me and her, we had different conversations. And one day I woke up, I was working at Harris Casino. I'll never forget that. Last job I ever had in New Orleans was Harris Casino. 2015, I woke up and I said, enough is enough. I said, you making minimum wages. You got a daughter in Houston, a daughter in New Orleans. You got to make a difference for yourself. You know, life going to keep beating you down if you don't take a step forward to believing in your craft or believing in something that you want to do. I woke up, I left New Orleans 2015. I hit my mama couch and I told her I'm going to be here for a few months. I was looking for a job. I started working at a temp service called Paysetters in Katy. I used to get up at 3 in the morning making $7.50. I swear to God. I did that for like 6 months. They'll pay Paysetters. If anybody know about a temp service out here, they pay you every day. I was working 8, 9 hours, only getting paid $30 because child support was taking it out. I didn't get discouraged. I kept going, and then I filled out an application to a school. I never forget that. Out there in Seco Ranch, I filled the application out for a school. I went on the interview. Everybody in there, no lie to you, everybody in there was white. So everybody that gave me an interview was white. But I know who God is, and I know the God that I serve. I didn't care who they was. I know I had the type of heart to make a different impacts on them to where they want to bring me on to be a part of their team. When I talked to all the different supervisors and managers and principals at the school, he said, we got another contender that interested in a job. I said, you don't even need to look for. I'm the best one. I'm reliable. I'm going to show up before it's time. I'm going to leave when it's after time. I'm going to leave. I'm reliable. About 30 minutes later, I got a call and say, you got the job. I worked there for 4 years. I met a lot of good people. And I appreciate the things the people that I met, because at that time when I moved there, I had braces in my mouth. I didn't like my teeth. And when every time this young man this daddy used to bring his kid to work, to school, he didn't have no special need. He just used to lactose and milk tolerance. So I used to have to give him certain type of food. He didn't want certain type of thing. So I made it in my schedule to cater to that young man. And just so happened his daddy was an orthodontic. His daddy owned one of the biggest orthodontics out there in Richmond. Okay. And he said, man, why you never smile? I said, because I don't like my teeth. He said, I'm gonna do you a favor, because you always smile, always uplifting people up and always doing your job. He said, I'm gonna do your teeth for free. That man put $20,000 worth of teeth in my mouth for free. I couldn't believe it. I just saw him the other day. He said, Mr. Johnson, glad to see you, man. You're looking good. I said, man, thank you for everything you did. I'll never forget that. His name, Dr. John Hunger. He's an orthodontist. He's on 1093. I always send people to him when they got different teeth issues or different problems. They trying to get something done. I always send people to him. And just like that, man, you meet different people, good people, when your heart is pure. Yeah. I never go in no situation looking to gain nothing. I always going to looking to gain love, friendship, stability, relationships. I always, even when anything I do with people, I always want to present my work first before I ask for a paycheck. I always want to show them my work. So, man, that's 2015. I started.
Listen, wait, so let's go back real quick, because you said when Katrina hit, you had just graduated.
Just graduated.
So where did you migrate to after that?
I went to Baton Rouge.
Oh, so you was in BR?
I went to BR.
That's crazy.
Got my first job in BR. I was working at Walgreens as a cashier.
What?
Yeah.
And stayed there and then moved back after the storm.
Stayed there and moved back to New Orleans after the storm.
Yeah.
And when I moved back to New Orleans, I started working at Boomtown Casino. Then I started working at Harris Casino as I was just trying to find my way, trying to find my glitch. I stopped playing ball. 2015, when I came here, one of my cousins said, I think you should get back into playing football. I said, nah, man, I'm done with that. I ain't touched a ball in 10 years. What's funny? That's how Team 28
I was just about to ask that. I was just about
no
to ask
lie
that.
to you. That's how Team 28 became. When I went to trial for a semi-pro team down here, I wanted the number 7 for the 7-1 in New Orleans. They didn't have that available. They had number 28. The first person I could think of was Adrian Peterson. AP. And when they said that number was available, I got that number. And that's when they started calling me Mr. 28. Because I played running back. The first game that I played down here, it was in Sugar Land. I ran for 260 yards, 4 touchdowns at the age of 28.
And Team 28 was
Team 28 team came in because I wanted to be a personal trainer. When I was working at the school, I used to call my cousin every day and say, I'm going to be the biggest personal trainer, biggest inspiration in the world. I used to call him every day and say that. And I reached out to a guy that was training for the Washington Redskins. He was a trainer, but he was out there in Washington. I said, do you mind helping me become a better personal trainer and giving me tips? He looked at my DM and saw it and never responded back.
Just read it.
He just read it. And after that, I wind up blowing up on social media. I went from 2,000 to 20K. He saw that. He reached out to me like, hey, man, you still want to work? I said, it's going to cost you some money now. Not to the day he see me and I didn't pass them up. I didn't ran circles now around him. So that's what that to say, never overlook the people that's coming up behind you, because they might be the one to be able to help you in the front to get to where you going. Never close that door. And that's one thing about me. I don't care if you small, big, medium, or large. I'ma help you, because I don't know what type of blessings you gonna bring to me that I don't even have. It could be it could be one small thing you could bring to help my blessing, and it don't have to be financially. It could be just spiritually. It could just be a scripture you put on me that could stick with me. That's what I want people to realize. Don't look for blessings when it comes through money. Look for the relationship. Look for the foundation you willing to build. And when I played football and I ran that first touchdown and I ran them yards, that's what came up with Mr. 28. And then when I started to be a trainer, I met a guy. I never forget this, bro. This is my story of how I became who I am. I stood in these condos and I used to see this guy. I never forget him. I love him to death. His name, Robert. 6 foot, muscles. He was a personal trainer from LA. He came here, stayed there for 3-4 years. He left his job. He was a accountant. And I used to see him training people at my gym. And the gym used to apartment. People used to pay him to train 3 days out the week up and there, even though he stood there. And I ran up on him, I said, man, I could be a trainer. He said, you ain't got what it takes. I said, I promise you. He said, man, I ain't got no time to be playing with you. Go on about your business. Remind you, now I'm about to break this down. Let me show you how the love and the respect that I have for people. Robert was in the LBT community. Big dude. I ain't care about what his preference or what he loved and what he liked. I saw him as a good person and he could help me. He gave me one opportunity after a month after I called him. He said, I'm going to give you one client. I'm going to sit you. I'm going to grade you. I'm going to see if you got what it takes. He gave me a B-. I'm training the people. He B-. I said, why? He said, you ain't talking enough. You ain't getting in tune with your client. You didn't try to fill them out. I said, give me one more chance next time. He gave me an A+. Still to the day when when he helped me become a trainer, he helped me get my personal trainer certificate. Somebody broke in his crib and he needed help, and I went and helped him. He bought me my first 100 business cards of Team 28 Fitness off of Vivaprint because I went and helped him because he didn't have no friends.
Man.
Not just that, he paid for the cards. Not just that, he helped me get Team 28 Fitness on LLC just by me being a good friend and being there and supporting, not looking at what his preference is, but just understanding him. And one thing I love about him, he never disrespected me, and that's why I love him. You know, I'm gonna kid you not, that dude a millionaire now. That dude a millionaire. He hit me up. He said, man, I want to do some business with you. I want to pay you to train me. He want to pay me to train him. And he said, man, when we go on these business meet, I want you to see my 2025 Range Rover.
What?
I mean business. So just like that, I done met a lot of good people, man, and I never lose contact, bro. Even we don't talk as much, but I always send a message just to say, man, just checking on you. Much love. If there's anything you need, just feel free to hit me. And 9 out of 10, when people making money and elevating in life, the only thing they need is a phone call for you to check up on them.
Man.
That's very important.
Them relationships are serious.
Is very serious, man. And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. This funny. When me and that guy used to go work out at LA in different gyms, and we used to go to the store to get different foods that he was showing me how to eat and grow. We used to get out of his car. People used to be like, man, look at them big old gay guys. Woo de woo. It never bothered me because I know who I am. And when you know who you is, you know the man that you is, you know who you serving, it don't bother you when people say different things towards you. You just show them better. You don't fight negativity with negativity. You fight negativity with positivity, and you wish them the best, and you move forward. That's what I learned. That's why I say I'm built different. Even when negativity tried to defect me, I always hit them with, may God be with you. I'm praying for you. I made a video last week. I said, I can't fight negativity with negativity, but I can sure pray for them. Lord, I'm praying for my enemies. Lord, I'm praying for the ones that doubted me. Lord, I'm praying for the one that walked away. I'm praying for you. I want to see you win. I want to see you grow. I'm praying for you. God, go pray for them. Bless them. Yeah, you got to pray for the enemies.
On life.
You got to put life into them, because guess what? Long as they get money, guess what they going to do? Step out your way.
That's facts. Bro, where did your heart come from? Where did the passion? Because when you talk about God, you talk about your struggle, and you're very transparent about that. And one of the things that I want to highlight too is that transparency is not, a common thing in our community. So for you to be the way that you are and to show that vulnerability and to say, God has got me, and that you have this love and passion for him, like where'd that come from?
always been a church person. I was going to church before people was even thought it was cool. Even though when I was in the streets of New Orleans, I was still going to church. When I used to be out late doing all kind of stuff, I still used to get up and go to church. And at the age of 28, when I came teen 28, the age of 28, it was just some transition that just hit my heart and just told me, excuse me, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. I ain't never tell nobody that. And I'm going to speak on it. How I know God was ready, I was running from God, but God got a way of letting you run and finding a way of pulling you back in. And how I know God was real and I know what God was trying to do for me. When I came in, I still had that hustle mentality. Houston known for having these different plugs and different things where you could get it for cheap. I met a young guy, man, I kid you not, man, that still hurt me to my heart. I met a young guy I thought I could trust. I was trying to make different plays, and a guy trusted me with $31,000 to go get something from a guy, and the guy robbed me. Took me for everything. Took the guy money, 31 bands, took the guy money, took the keys, took the watch, took everything. Left me with nothing. I had to look the guy in the eye and tell him I had no participation. I had no participation in that dude robbing me. I didn't know him like that. I just thought he was a person I could trust. That day they could have killed me. If you was in New Orleans, you would have died. Because if you got that type of money, you could retaliate and get something done to them. But in Houston, they don't do that. They allow me to live. And that day forward, when I realized that, I jumped out the car and I had to figure a way home from the north side. I had nothing but time to talk to God. And God said, I showed you why you shouldn't obey me, why you shouldn't do what you're doing when I'm opening the doors up for you to elevate. You want it now. If you just be patient and wait on me, you will get it over the long period of the time. Wow. That day when I saw that, I said, Lord, I kid you not, on everything I love, I never sold a piece of drugs since then. I know it was time to not play with God. And that's why when people ever talk or call me, they would never mention nothing about nothing illegal, because I ain't on that time. They don't even bring nothing around me because I ain't on that time. When they saw me make the transition of changing and understanding, they know I can't. You got to set boundaries, but it starts within you, showing them that you made a change. People don't think you changed until they see the change within you. So when you make changes in your life, that's when people gonna start making changes around you to become a better person for you. Or not, they're gonna go away from you.
I'm curious as well too, because you are a true motivator. Like you had the aura, you got it all. But as you are motivating and pouring into people, how do you get people to resonate with you without coming off preachy? Because you have such a solid foundation within God, and a lot of these dudes, they ain't trying to hear that. So how is it that you're able to pour into a generation
without preaching to them?
Yeah.
Because I look like them. Being honest.
That's fact.
Because I look like them. I don't sugarcoat nothing with them. I don't sugarcoat. I tell the people that serving time and Angola, people that serving time in prison, all over the prison, I don't sugarcoat nothing with them. I tell them what it is. I don't look like a pastor. You can't listen. And another thing is that I want the world to understand, I don't call myself a motivation speaker. I call myself the street pastor. I'm in the streets with it. I'm really preaching to them. I'm really touching them. When they see me, they're able to touch me. I'm able to preach on a dime. I ain't got to say, oh man, I need a camera. I need to go get my Bible. No, we gonna get it in right now. I'm not just the one that's gonna sit behind a mic and preach. When I go different places, somebody might want to test me right then. You got to be able to preach. You just can't fake the funk. A lot of people fake the funk. They use his name because it sounds good and they think it's gonna sell. But who are you when you not behind that camera? Is you that energy person? Is you that loving person? Is you that person that really spreading that love? And when I see people out and they see me out, I'm really spreading that love. I'm really hugging you. I'm really telling you, hey, it's gonna be all right. Cry on my shoulder. I'm really out there spreading that. So it's I used to say this all the time for years. Every morning when I used to do a motivation before I changed it around, I used to say, Y'all already know what it is. This Big Team 28, the biggest positive motivation speaker, the street pastor, the best person to trainer, the best uplifting, the best positive person to be around, the one who speak about the man up above, the one who tell a kid, put down the guns and pick up a Bible, the one who want to see everybody win. I say that because I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I used to say that for the last 6 years. I said that. Yeah. What you say come to life. What you believe come to life. But you gotta say it, you gotta manifest it so it could come to life.
Man, that's a blessing. Now, what is some of the biggest misconceptions that people might perceive of a motivator or someone that you say, like a street preacher? What is the biggest misconception of that?
Motivation and motivation and preaching is different. You know, that's what they get it wrong at.
Yeah.
There's a lot of motivation people that could just give you motivation right then and there. And after the motivation die, then what you have to rely on. I give you that. I don't give you motivation. I give you forever lasting. That's different. Motivation run out. I give you that love that's gonna get you through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Motivation, you can't reach out to a motivation. They're gonna tell you just keep going. You can reach out to me. I'm gonna pray with you. I'm gonna uplift you. I'm gonna be that an answer for you. I'm gonna show you how to do it. I ain't gonna just tell you how to do it. I'm gonna get out there and show you how to do it. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. I'm hands on.
I like that.
You know, so when people reach out to me, man, I don't take that for granted. That's God just sending their people. God, listen, I'm a vessel. Listen, if you ask me, who are you? I'm going to say it, I don't know, because I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I'm walking them streets touching people. I don't know. I don't know where God want me at. I don't know where God bringing me. I don't know what God trying to do for me. I don't know. I just want to serve him. I want to be what I wasn't over the years that he needed me to be. I'm trying to catch up for the things that he been asking me to do. Hopefully I could, to where I could start seeing where he wanted me at. I was asleep when God was trying to use me. I was asleep. I said in the podcast. I was running from God, and ever since I started running from God, I had to realize every time I ran from him, I kept running back into him, because every time I thought I could do it on my own, I crashed. I had to let God take the steering wheel. And when I let him take the steering wheel, I had to understand being a passenger driver ain't the worst thing. Being left on a curve is the worst thing. Long as you in that car with God, long as God got his hands on you, guess what? You ain't gonna, he gonna help you. But when you out that car, when you out that rotation, when you out them prayers, when you out there going to church, when you out there hitting your knee, that's out that rotation. You don't want to be out that rotation, because he can't see you. The devil got you.
Yeah.
So I'm in that rotation. I had to get in there.
What the Bible say in Romans 12, it say, do not be conformed to the patterns of this world.
Come on,
be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Come on. You know that? That's why I tell people all the time. I tell them all the time. You don't have to be in prison to be locked up here. Nobody never said that. You don't have to be in prison physically to be locked up here. If you locked up here, then you might as well say you in prison. Because if you're not trying to free your mind, how would you grow? How would you grow? Yep. You grow only as big as your mindset. If you show me your friends, I'm going to show you how far you go. You show me your job, I'm going to show you where you going to stay. You show me your hustle, I'm going to show you how long you going to last. It starts within you showing me who you is going to determine where you go.
Now, with all of this being said, how do you stay locked in when you don't feel inspired? Is there a time where you are in a position of just
all the time?
You know what I'm saying? Like
all the time.
How do you stay locked in? How do you bring yourself out of that?
Boy, when I get up in the morning, a lot of times I say I don't want to give praise. I don't want to pray. I don't want to uplift somebody. But when I open my phone and I see 3,000 new followers, 200 comments, 700 likes, I get up, I say, oh yeah, God said you can't sleep. You know one thing, I'm gonna tell you this, I ain't never say this. I never sleep because I'm always on call for God. I just lay down and I doze off, but I never sleep. When you on call for God, when you working for God, when you obedience, when you spraying God work, you never off. You always on call. That's why when people any given time. That's why when I'm out there, I never know when somebody might need me. I never know when God might need me to step in and save somebody's life. You never know. So I'm always on call. That's why that's me, Mr. On Call. When you on call and you doing the right thing, bro, I'm telling you, I done ran into some people that be going through some things that one word that I tell them that could change their whole perspective. I was in seeing kids trying to buy something that they don't have enough to buy, but they trying to get the best thing they want because they want everything, but they don't got enough for everything. I done been in them situations where God put me in, what you gonna do? I saw a young lady walk around, she had 5 things, but she had to put 2 back. I said, nah, grab them 2 and what you wanted. I'm gonna pay for that. Just little things like that, man.
Yes, the servant leadership.
Yeah, got to, because guess what? She could have went and did anything. She could have stole that. Could have cost her all her life.
Come on now.
So if you could save somebody from doing that, why not do it?
Yeah. Now, what's one message you try to leave in every video or conversation that you do have?
It's always a chance to win.
Okay.
As long as you keep waking up. That's what I want to leave in every video I leave. The ending should always know it's always a tomorrow, long as God wake me up. It's always a tomorrow, long as God wake me up.
Okay.
I
like that. Yeah. So talk to me a little bit about Drop the Jewels and how that even came about.
Oh, Drop the Jewels special, man. Drop the Jewels special. Man, like I said, Drop the Jewels special, bro. That's shout out to D-Flow, man.
Yeah,
that's my brother, man.
Yeah.
That boy got a special place in my heart, man. And like I said, when I came up in here and I saw the guy who running it, I love them type of people because you'll match up with their type of energy. They bring something that you don't have and you bring something that they don't have. And people fail to realize we get so small-minded and, man, I want to just do things with black people, not knowing other people just as good as black people. And when I saw that just opened my heart, because a lot of times, if D-Flow asks the person to do something, they going to be like, nah, man, you ain't got it. You don't got what it take. And when I realized, I said, man, he got something. He might not got what I have, but I might not got what he have. But if we bring it together, we could become one. That's how team work. Quarterback might not be fast, but he could throw the ball. Wide receiver can't be fast, but he could catch the ball. Center can't move quick, but he could shift the ball. Everybody got to have a part into building something. And when I saw what he bought and I saw what he was needed and I saw what I needed and he saw what he could bring, I say that's the winning. But I let God use me first. I let God lay it on my heart to say, this is where I want you to be. This is where the foundation got to be built. And when he came, when we did it, it was under Let It Flow. And then we sat down and we did the first podcast. I said, man, I like something what we got. He said, he hit me. He said, do you think you want to do a podcast, be my co-host, Drop the Jewels? I say less. When I first did that podcast with him, I was so excited about the things we said and how we did it and the love that I showed in that video. I called them every day. If anybody look, like, you'll notice me. When I feel good about something, I'm calling them. Man, I'm sleeping. I wanted to call you last night. You know why I wanted to call you last night? Because I want you to understand this, man. This is a big blessing for me. And a young man, one of my homeboys, came in town. He been on the road. He pulled up on me last night. He been killing the game. He been going viral the last 2 months. And he hit me. He said, man, where you going at in the morning? I said, I'm going to do a podcast with my boy. He said, you think you want to bring me on? When we was talking, I looked at your phone. I looked at our message and I said, man, I can't call that man at 12 o'clock. I couldn't call you. You had your phone on snooze and different. If I would have called you, it would have been a blessing. But then I said, man, I can't do you like that. But I got a young man that I love to come on and bless the game, because it's always about spreading that word and spreading that love, man. And I would love to see him on here and do his thing, and it would be a good opportunity for you. I had to bend a stick a little bit and told him I'll show him a little love if he come through and do something with you.
Man, that's love, bro.
You know, and just like that, bro. Just like that.
And I appreciate you too, bro. Like I mean,
just like that. I know where you're
your
trying
heart.
to go, and I know the elevation you're trying to bring in life.
Yeah.
And I know that's very important, man.
And I can tell
not
your heart.
holding the blessings, not holding the blessings away from people and stuff like that, man. So I appreciate you. Talk to me, man.
Yeah, man. Nah, that's real. Now, is there a difference between speaking to an audience versus training one?
No, I look at it the same.
Same.
I look at it the same. I
Okay.
look at it the same. I don't look at it no different.
What's been your favorite drop or a moment in the podcast so far? As far as you collaborating with Drop the Jewels and Flow and all of that.
Trader True.
Okay.
Trader True.
The
Trader
hometown
True,
hero
the
right
hometown
there.
hero, Trader True, man. Shout out to Trader True. He gave me my first opportunity to speak at the Trader Truth event, 2024. I sat on that stage and I spoke my testimony and I got a chance to speak. And me and him built a friendship and we've been friends since then. We chop it up all the time. We talk, we text, and just like that, man. When I ran up on him at the gym, and I told him, I don't want nothing you have. I just want an opportunity to speak to the world about God, talk to the young kid. At that time, I did that Mama, this was personal video, and he saw it, and he said, man, I don't care about your followers. I want to see what you made of, and he gave me that chance, and that's what it been.
Bro.
He gave me his word, bro, because he was going through a lot of transition, a lot of things in life with his losing his daughter, going through different depressions and different things, finding God and different things like that. And he said, man, I gave you my word. I'm going to come on your podcast, which he could have charged, but he didn't. He came on and he held his word. And that right there stuck in my heart and forever be in my heart. Because when a person give you their word, your word is everything. And he gave me that, and he showed up, and he gave me his all. He didn't sugarcoat nothing. He gave me his all. He cried. He didn't cry tears, but he cried in his heart of expressing the things that he was dealing with. I talked to him about things that he probably would never talk about with people. You know, just speaking that word up on him, telling them where God trying to take him, what God would do to catch your attention. I ain't afraid of speaking to no man, keeping it real, cause he got money. Nah, we all equal at the end of the day.
What would you say is what do you say that people get wrong about Trey, or what would you say is the biggest beautiful thing that you admire about him?
He got a giving heart.
Yeah,
he got something like me, a giving heart. When people misconstrue about him, the way he looked. He looked mean. Yeah, he looked mean. I'm like, come on, man. You ain't gotta look mean. Smile sometimes. I told him on the podcast, man, give me a hug. He said, man, I love you, man.
I seen that.
He ain't gonna give me a hug. One thing about he got a heart of a teddy bear, but he tough skin. He tough on the outside. He don't want to show too much love to what people think he's square. But I told him, don't worry about that, man. It ain't about them. It's about loosening it up and being that teddy bear. It's all right. You know,
Yeah.
God got you protected. When God got you, who could be against you? So, we as men try to have that tough roar. Nah, it's all right.
So when did you actually figure that out? Because you actually are vulnerable. Like you said, you hug, you show love, you pour into people, but you have that. So when did that actually come into place for you?
For me to know that he don't have that?
No, just for you.
Just for me?
You, because you know what I'm saying? Like the fact that you even offered this man a hug, that you had no pride in that.
No,
You had no pride
because
in that.
man,
So
I mean,
what?
man, let me tell you something. Where that come from was anybody that showed me love, any way to help me grow, that's my way of return. Because let me tell you why. I ain't never say this. Anybody that helped me become a father figure or I can learn from, I look at that as a father figure. I always had my father, I always had my dad in my life, but he wasn't there in my life. He always was a provider, but he wasn't there to show me that father figure love. I had a stepdaddy that showed me that love. But he went to jail. When he went to jail, it was back to mama showing me that love. So when he went back, my daddy wasn't there. It was just like Where could I get love from? So the streets gave me love. When I became this who I am, gave me love. So when I get any type of advice from any man, I always say thank you. I always give them a hug. Always say thank you. They don't know why, but it be that, man, that's father love. That's something that you got children my age. So if you telling me that, I'm gonna just say thank you as a father.
Yeah.
You know, I seek knowledge from I seek that father love from other men that have kids that's my age, that's giving me game and knowledge. So that's why I wasn't afraid to give him a hug and tell him I'll give you a hug, because he have kids. And I know he gonna tell his kids the same thing he tell me.
Now you pour into a lot of people. 20 hours I've been hearing you, bro. Like your heart is pure, and you pour into a lot of people. But who pours into you?
Who pour into me? You saw that video I did with that cup and that water? I don't think you saw that. I put 5 cups and I was saying how much I pour into people. But when it's time for people to pour into me, there's nobody to pour into. But one person do pour into me. God. I'll never go empty as long as I keep serving him. So I can't look for people to pour into me, because they might not pour into the right things that I need to keep going. God give me something totally different. So that's why I never look for people to pour into me. I always ask God to give me the strength that I need and keep going.
So it never been like an actual mentor or, a preacher, somebody, a pastor, somebody that can actually...
I talk to different pastors and different preachers and stuff like that, but I motivate them.
Nah, for sure. Yeah.
I encourage them.
I can see it.
I encourage them. I motivate them.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks ago, I broke down in church, man. I was crying. The pastor said, I never saw you cry, Mr. Johnson. I never saw you so emotional. It broke me down, because I was going through trial and tribulation. Finances was messed up. I was at my lowest. I was searching. It was like everything that I was doing, all the opportunities I had, it's like God stripped me away from it, because he shut down all my finances. So I was just like, damn, dead broke, trying to pay these bills and make sure home still home. And I realized what was the problem. And I want every young man to know, every person to know, it ain't got to be a young man. When you rush the process of God blessing, God will not grant you the opportunity to get there. He will remove them. I was rushing. God said, did not get you the way you at by time. So why you trying to rush the time to get somewhere where it might not be for you? You got to take your time. That's why God did the things he did and stripped me from everything, because I was rushing the time and then I wasn't obedient. You got to be obedient, man. You got to be willing to tithe and sow your seeds in church. God not asking for a lot. If you can't give 10%, give 1%. That's where your blessings come from. Sowing the seed in that ground, in that church. It doesn't matter what they do with it, as long as you gave it from the bottom of your heart.
Now what do you say to the people that's in the streets, man, and just in general, that are say that they love God, but they not going to church?
It's all right to do that, but you got to eventually figure it out to try to see why, what's holding you back from going into
trauma.
that church.
I think it's real life. Like it's church.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's a young lady that preached, that taught the word of God, but she didn't want to go to church with me when I offered her. She was like, nah, it's just something that I said, well, you know what? Take your time. There's no rush. Church gonna be there. God gonna be here. But when you feel it in your heart and you ready to go, then go. Don't rush it, but keep praying. Keep hitting your knees, asking for forgiveness, giving mercy, giving praise to God.
Yeah.
That's good right there. That's good right there.
I like that.
It ain't no, man, if you ain't doing nothing, then that's bad. But if you praying and you
At
know,
least trying.
yes, indeed,
Yeah.
that's very important.
And what do you do for self-care?
That's crazy you asked that, bro. It's bad.
Come on now, you got to do something. I know.
Listen, man, I'm being honest with you. I just realized how important it is to do self-care and take the time out to appreciate yourself. I just started doing that. And my self-care is either go and sit down and eat me some seafood to just reflect on just things that I'm doing and where I'm trying to go, or just sitting in a barbershop, just chopping it up with other men, just getting the game, just listening to them, just appreciating their conversation. That helped my mental health. That helped my mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was classified as a mental health patient when I came here. I checked myself into a mental hospital at Harris County. I'll never forget that. I said I was gonna kill myself, and I ain't know they take that down here serious. Mental health, very serious.
Absolutely.
And my auntie called the people, and they came, and they locked me up. I was in mental health. I was in Bental for 2 weeks. They told me all the things that I'm suffering with. And when they was telling me that, I was telling them they lying. They had to say this: you will never grow in life until you accept your accountability. Accountability is a very, very hard pill to swallow. But that's the way you grow.
What they say, the first step is acknowledgement.
Acknowledgement. Yeah. And when you acknowledgement your wrongs, your bad, the things you didn't do, instead of pointing fingers at other people, point them at yourself. Fix the things within yourself so things around you could become better. You can't be a good husband if you ain't fix yourself. Everybody say, I could be good to you, but is you good to yourself to be good to others? You got to love yourself first before you able to love anybody. I tell people all the time, don't just go be that woman husband if you can't be her doctor, if you can't be her counselor, if you can't be her provider. It's more than just being a husband. Yeah. It's things it's categories that you gonna have to be when you didn't even expect to be. Can you be the doctor? Because what if she gets sick? She can't make it to the doctor. Is you willing to go and patch up some things that you might not like to see, that your stomach ain't strong enough to see? You her husband, right? You should be able to do that. Yeah. You get tired, she tired, and you can't get tired. Oh, I don't want to feed the baby today. What you mean? You the man. You got to do it. Figure it out. A woman gonna get tired, but a man should never get tired.
Hold on, 28. You sound like a husband, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Hey,
bro. Hold on. Like you done brought up. I didn't bring up marriage.
But I'm just saying.
I'm just saying you sound like a husband, bro. Like you really do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know what's up.
And with that being said, they say a lot of successful men get there with that woman on their side. So, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even trying to get into that.
Don't get me wrong, man. Don't get me wrong.
I
got a strong backbone. I got a wife. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It help you grow, and they show you a lot of different things, and just going through the transition and understanding that you're going to have to be a lot of things to them when they can't be a lot of things to you. It's very important. I know the shoes you wear around the house. I know the things that you're willing to do in a sacrifice you make to be a man.
Absolutely.
I tell people all the time, finding a wife is finding the greatest thing ever.
Come on, that's Bible.
But it's hard to find her if you ain't find yourself. Gotta find yourself.
You gotta do the work.
You gotta do the work.
Yeah.
And when you do the work, man, don't just go do it because it look good and it sound good. When you get married, make sure you say, this gonna be my one and only.
Facts.
Because marriage get expensive.
Come on now. I've been in it for 5 years. Yeah.
It get expensive, bro.
I've been in it for 5 years, and one of the biggest things is going back to the biblical principles of husbands, love your wives like Christ loved the church. And if you're going to love your wife like Christ loved the church, be prepared to be disappointed. Be prepared that it's not perfection. Be prepared to serve, like you saying. It's a lot of that to go into that. So, bro, I like what you putting down, 28. I ain't gonna lie.
So, yeah, man, just being that, bro, just appreciating different things and stuff like that, man. I'll tell you one thing, man. I love life, and I love the people, and I love what God doing, and I love where He taking me at, and I love the people, man. I just love meeting people every day. And I tell people all the time, if I give you my word is everything. This morning I woke up, I said, man, I ain't never do a podcast this early. I woke up this morning, I said, I'm tired. The devil tried to find everything to keep me from coming here. But one thing it didn't do, God did not let me show up, because He know that I wasn't gonna just disappoint him, but disappoint everybody who was expecting me to show up. At times I get tired, but I know it's a bigger purpose than me.
Absolutely.
A lot of times you lay in that bed and don't want to get up for work. You gotta get up. I'm tired, but you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. You gotta provide. Dad, I don't want to do it, but Daddy gotta do it. Your wife complaining, but you still gotta go home and be a husband. Bills ain't getting paid, but you still gotta figure a way to provide. Things ain't coming in right. You still gotta stay out there to figure it out. That's what it take.
Yeah.
That's what it take.
Now you a girl dad, man, and I'm a girl dad myself. I got a baby girl that's 3, bro. So you know, them little girls is everything.
Let me see. Take your head off.
Come on now, I need to get a haircut.
Don't worry, take it off.
What you want me to do?
All right.
What you want me
It's
to do?
only gonna stay on there for a little while longer.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Cause them girls gonna have you stressed out, man. It's only gonna stay on there for a little while longer, man.
Yeah.
It's a gift and a curse, because the gift is they make you become a better person, a better leader, a better father. They make you gain patience. The curse is when they start dating. Is you prepared for that?
Lord, yeah. I mean, I got some time before that.
Yeah,
but, you know what I'm saying?
My daughter's 16.
Ooh.
She about to graduate. She into this, this boyfriend stage and getting ready to go to college, and I'm just preparing myself. That's why I go to the gym so much, to keep my muscles, to keep me looking good, to keep me strong, to keep me be able to defend. And I
he said, just in case I gotta lay hands on somebody.
But I keep that pistol clean too.
Nah.
But,
you laying hands and laying hands. Yeah.
But having an older daughter, having a younger daughter, most definitely, man, just seeing the transition, seeing her growing, looking at her old picture, seeing where she at, just seeing her going from a size 2T to a 12 to a 1 to wearing a 3 to wearing a 4 to where Daddy we in the store getting training bras to where Daddy we in the stores getting on pads. That's it. It's just like you gotta just adapt as it go. And I'll be like, wow, and they running around grabbing things. You can't grab nothing because you don't know if you got enough money to pay for everything they grabbing. Yeah. So you gotta wait till you get theirs first, just to make sure you able to get your. That's what life do to you. That's what kids do to you. It's a gift and a curse. But one thing I gotta tell you, that if he give it to you, he gonna make sure you could provide for them.
Come on now.
It ain't gonna be easy. Don't run away from your responsibilities.
Yes, sir.
Accept it as it is, and be ready to take it on as a man. You gonna fail. Days you ain't gonna have. Days you gonna be disappointed by letting them down. But in your heart, you should be trying. That's one thing that people fail to realize. I didn't let my kids down. I wasn't there all the time, but I never stopped trying. That's what made me become a better father. That's what made the relationship better. That's what made me become a better man, because I never stopped trying. It's one thing to not do and not try. It's another thing to not do but still trying. There's a lot of men out here that just don't try. That just say, you know what, I give up. But there's a lot of men out here that's trying, that just ain't get there yet. But when they get there, you could tell they gonna be the best father, because they want to do it. It ain't that they don't. It's that they trying to find their glitch, because they took a long time to develop the man skill. It take a long time to become a man.
Yeah.
It take a long time.
Yeah. I'm gonna get you out of here on this one, because you've been dropping a lot of gems. But 24 hours in Houston, what is your idea of a perfect day in the H?
Oh man, go and get you some of that Texas barbecue. Go and look at them swingers. You heard me? Just walking downtown, man. Just being, bro. I ain't never been nowhere where it's so much to do every day.
Yeah.
So much to do. It's just beautiful in Houston. Houston is my home. I always tell people I'm from Houston till they hear me talk. I love this place. I love everything about it. I love every people that I ever encounter. I love the people that didn't mean me good, the people that did mean me good. I love everything. Yeah. I don't see nothing bad about nothing that Houston doing. I don't care. Because you make the difference in your environment, in the things you allow around you, in the type of love you receive, and the type of love you don't. So when people say I ain't having a good day, I say, is you giving out good love to have a good day? Is you spraying good love to receive a good day?
Yeah.
So
Man,
you make a difference, man. But before you get out there, I gotta FaceTime my boy, man. I want you to see him.
Say no more.
So if he pick up, I want to make a surprise for you, man.
All right, say
Before
less.
we get out of here, man, I really appreciate you having me come on. I really appreciate you bringing Big Team on, man. You said a lot of things, man, and I really appreciate that. And that mean a lot to me, man.
Hey, and the love is mutual, bro. Nah, I appreciate it. I've been seeing you from afar too, bro. Just everything you got going, bro. You such a uplifter. You could tell that you got that aura. You could tell that you got God with you, and that's one of the things that I appreciate about you. And you was genuine, you know, from the conversations that we've had, bro. Like everything about you is authentic, and that's one of the things that I really, appreciate about you, man. So all I'ma ask and my only request is, brother, that next level that you get to, just come back and holler at us.
Oh
and
man,
tell us about
one
it,
thing
sure.
about Big Team, man, I never close the doors on where I started.
Yeah.
One thing, and that's one thing I love about me is I'm gonna throw the alley hoop to somebody else.
Say no more.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, man. Much love, man. If y'all don't know, y'all better go follow him. Tap in with him. One of the best up and coming podcasts.
Yeah.
Good energy, good positive. Strong young man, man.
Yes,
Don't be afraid to reach out. I'm gonna have all this information. Hey, from the bottom of my heart, I love my brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And like that, hey, until next time, y'all keep building. All right, we out.
Say no more. This is for all of them times. Nobody want us to shine. I got a lot on my mind.